I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need to know.
They sacrificing Diddy. They said, nigga, you gotta take this shit because we can't be involved. But Diddy smart. He filmed every fuck session. So he was fucking Clive and the motherfucking freak boy that run Universal Music Group. So he got them on some fuck tapes. Now that's why they raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and the feds. And they said, get in there and get them tapes from this nigga. He trying to blackmail us. That's what I believe is going on.
Yeah, my mom's gorgeous. Let me introduce you to my mom, called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
My baby.
Mom, freshly dipped though. I was just trying to show you shoes. Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single. Me and my mom talked about one time doing a dating show with her. And she's so picky. She's so picky, they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world.
It will be, especially with me.
I don't even want to get started if she was doing that. We're not doing that. Cause yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom Duke know how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house playing. Outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog. You know, I want to live life. We out here moving and grooving. So my mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep moving.
Don't stop.
She could touch the floor with her palms. You know? Flat. Oh! Take pew, pew, pew.
Hey, you know they got your mans. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with. The nigga you be hanging with. Yeah. Always sex offender. And he was your mans. He was your boy. I heard you grew up with him. That's crazy, man.
You ain't know what he was doing? You ain't feel bad at all? Like no guilt, none of that shit?
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether. Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches.
So the FBI then finally caught up with Diddy. They said they've been investigating this man since 2008. I wonder what occurred in 2008. What was the incident that caused the FBI to start investigating him in just 2008? Because there's been a couple of women that's come out and said, did he abuse them in the 90s? So, how were those women overlooked? And what happened in 2008 to initiate the investigation into everything he had going on? I really want to know that. I'm not sure if they talk about it in the paperwork or not. But when I get some time to research and find an answer to that question, I'll bring it back here and update y'all. But either way, Diddy and his lawyers requested a $50 million bond so that he did not have to sit in jail and wait for the trial to start, because we know these trials can take months and sometimes years to start. Remember, I think Young Thug sat in jail for about a year, maybe even 2, before the trial even started. And now he's been on trial for like 8-9 months, maybe even longer. So who knows how long Diddy would sit in jail before the trial. So him and his lawyers asked for a bond Monday at his court hearing. They offered to pay a $50 million bond, be on home confinement. He offered to sell his jet. He offered to give up passports for everyone in his family. That would include his kids and his mom. He offered his house as collateral, his house and his mom's house as collateral. And the judge still denied it. She sided with the prosecutor, said the billionaire is still a flight risk. And they're concerned that he may intimidate some of the witnesses. Because y'all remember in that paperwork, they said he called the girl Kalina Harper, who was in the Diddy Dirty Money band with him. They say he called that lady 54 times. 54 times. So they are concerned that not only will he possibly flee the country, they're concerned that he may be continuously intimidating the witnesses. So the judge denied his bond. Today, he went back to court for an appeal of that bond hearing. This time around, he's offering the same things as before, along with weekly drug tests, no female visitors unless family, and he promises to not contact any of the witnesses in this case. Diddy's lawyers is saying they knew this was coming. He could have ran at any point. They're asking the judge to trust that he stuck around for as long as he did before he was arrested. But the judge still denied his second bail attempt. So as of now, Diddy gonna be in jail, waiting to see how this all plays out for him. I'm sure we'll all be watching. Not too many of his celebrity friends has spoke up in support or against him. We did get something from Trick Daddy. Y'all go ahead and check this out.
I don't know what's going on. The next person asks me if I've been in one of them parties, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. They don't like my kind at them parties. There's a few other real niggas in hip hop that I don't believe ever been invited to one of them parties.
Thank you.
I'm live right now. I don't want to hear that shit. Let me explain something to y'all. This is not the time to go off killing yourself, taking no medicine, drinking no bleach, eating no motherfucking poisonous candy and all that, blowing your motherfucking brains out. You know what you did, go ahead and face the consequences. For those of y'all that are grown adults, we don't care who you laid down and had sex with. It's gonna get exposed right now. It's a good time to come out the closet. You know what I'm saying? But what confuses me is 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. They charged him with the RICO. Could have been worse. Could have been the FRICO Act. Damn. But may I be the first to say this has nothing to do with hip hop. This got something to do with them freaky ass niggas. Can't charge the whole hip hop community with this one. Everybody take your charge.
Let me read what Boosie had to say. I feel Diddy in jail for basically doing what every other famous entertainer has done. Flew bitches out for threesomes. He just freakier. We actually go call women prostitutes who fly in willingly to be with their partners for sex. If that's the case, if you've been flued out and had sex, you should be labeled a prostitute. If that's the case, 80% of the women reading this in trafficking. Hell no. You're a celebrity. You gotta fly pussy in. How else you gonna get the pussy? You're never in one place. When I saw that video, I was pissed off at this nigga. Like he really got a problem. But facing life in prison for doing basically what so many other entertainers has done, hashtag I disagree. Y'all, I know that we're not supposed to use this word, but I think it is safe to say Boosie is retarded. Y'all go ahead and check out this other clip Boosie came to the internet and willingly supplied information to. Nobody asked him this. He willingly gave this information. Check out this clip, y'all.
No motherfucking shit out here. I'm training them boys right. Ask any of my nephew. Ask any of them. Ask my son. Yeah. They were 12, 13. They got hit. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Hell yeah, I got my fucking son dick sucked. You fucking right. Yes, a grown woman. Grown, super grown. Super grown. Checked his ass out. Checked all my nephews out. Super grown. Is she grown? She checked me out. I know what the fuck she did to them. She checked me out, that bitch. I'm getting them prepared, man.
Boosie got to learn when to shut the fuck up. Take a page out of Jay-Z book and go hide it. Just shut up. We don't want to hear from you no more. You always got some ignorant ass shit to say. Shut up, Boosie. That's what's going on though, y'all. If anybody else got something to say, I'll bring y'all the updates. Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about it.